What's up, everybody? This is Joey. For those that don't know, most people know me by Snow Rock. So here it is. We got something new for y'all today. Not nothing new. It's just, we're going to go back and start the story from the beginning. So this is the beginning, the first day I walk into prison. So basically, you shackled up, you on the bus, you've been in county jail, waiting, whatever, for, whether you was going to trial, going to court, or just got sentenced and then came and turned yourself in. Now you have to go do your time. So in county jail, I didn't have money, so I wasn't able to bail out or do none of that. And family, my family didn't have nothing to put up. And so here it is, my first offense as an adult. I got an armed robbery for robbing a drug dealer who came to court and said I stole the drugs he was selling out of his house. It's a long story. It's crazy. People always, like, well, really? I think that's not true. That's not true. You're leaving something out. Nah, there's court records. But anyway, So, armed robbery, the drug dealer, he got robbed. So that was my first offense. So I got sentenced to 4 years in prison. So this is the story of the first day walking into Donovan reception. At the time, this is the end of 1991. So I think this is 1992, like January, because it was cold. And if you ever have to have chains put on you, ankle chains, waist chains, handcuffs, and all this, it's cold. And then you want to put some cold ass metal on you. Oh yeah, that's not going to help. That's just sapping. Oh yeah, now sit on these concrete benches, these cold ass concrete benches. It's rough, but we're violent criminals. But anyway, so we're convicts, right? So now we're going to Donovan, and the bus picks us up. Luckily, on the bus that I'm going with, I got support because I got one of my big homies, my homeboy, rest in peace, Odie. He's going and he has life sentence. And then my crimey, yeah, one of my crimies on the armed robbery, he was on the bus with me. We're both, we both got sentenced to 4 years. And so we're on the bus together. So, it was a white dude talking mess, on the bus. But then once he got off the bus, he didn't want to do anything. I'm nervous, but at the same time, when you around your boys, you got your chest sticking out, you tough as nails, you can walk through fire, with a gasoline draws on. And that's the way, you pump yourself up for that. And I had pumped myself up. I was ready. I knew, prison was going to be rough. I'm a white boy, and everybody telling me, well, if you go to the prison, them white boys going to kill you. So, here I am, what I'm expecting. These white boys going to try and kill me. But that's the thing, I knew the job was dangerous when I took it. I joined, I jumped off the porch. I accept my responsibility, but the homies, laced me up. Now I had a gang of homies that gave me the blues, picked on me and fucked with me. But all that shit that I went through growing up in the hood helped me so that I would be able to survive a lot of the mental and the physical, because there was a lot of, it's a lot of violence that goes on along in prison, and for the most part, the police, you know, they know what goes on, and some police just let it go, and some police, don't. So it depends on where you're at, and for people that done time, you know what I'm talking about. The police, they going, this is whatever they allow. And so here I am, I'm a kid. I'm up in here. And so when you first come into prison, you get off the bus and you go into the orientation, and then they strip you out, take everything, give you what you're supposed to put on, after you searched. Then you got your orange, jumpsuit, your drawers, socks, and shoes, and a t-shirt. So then, you go through a process of getting classified so that they know who you are, so that they know if you need something special, if you need some, but at this time, convicts, it's inmates that work for the staff. They get your paperwork first. These is, these is convicts. Back then, that's the way it was. The convicts ran the prison. all the paperwork, you know what I'm saying? The police ain't doing it. The inmates are doing it. And then the police are, you know what I'm saying, signing off on it. Check it, and send it on or whatever. That's it. But so if you come in and your paperwork says you're a child molester or you're a snitch or you're, you know what I'm saying, you did this or you did that, then, you know what I'm saying, everyone else is going to know too. Ain't no hiding, you know what I'm saying, because in prison, there's rules in there, you know what I mean? We don't accept child molesters. We don't, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of that has changed because of administrations and the way it is. But so back then, inmates, convicts got your information. So I hit the yard, you know what I mean? And they go through all my stuff. And I'm, man, look, this is what it is. And as soon as, you know what I'm saying, I go in and the sergeant's like, you're a Crip. What? Oh, no, yeah. Because he knows, you know what I mean? He's been in the system a while. He knows, you know what I'm saying, this is going to cause problems with racists because if the white boys try me and I got homies, then they're going to get involved. If the white boys try me, there's going to be a violent, you know what I'm saying, scene, you know what I'm saying, on the yard. And, you know what I'm saying, he knows it's going to be bad. So I learned this too because, you know what I'm saying, I was the first one. Hey, get him out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. But that was the easiest way to get rid of the problem. And I understand. I'm not the problem, but me being there is the problem. Because whites, they look at it as, I guess I was told I was considered a race traitor because I chose to ride with the blacks instead of with my own race. And me personally, you know what I'm saying, I'm part of the human race. So that means, you know what I'm saying, everybody is, you know what I'm saying, so I don't go by color. A lot of people don't. You know what I'm saying? People, you know what I'm saying, are stuck on what they're stuck on and that it is what it is. I can only speak for myself and how I live my life. People that know me, you know. People that don't, oh well. So in prison, the whites, now the whites have groups. They have, you know what I'm saying, the Woods, which are just white guys who are in prison. And then, you know what I'm saying, then you got the skins, skinheads, and those, that's a gang. You know what I mean? Then you got the Nazis, and then you got the above level staff, you know what I mean? The bosses, you know what I mean? That's the Aryan Brotherhood. So the Aryan Brotherhood, I didn't, you know what I'm saying, those were the ones that I came to prison knowing it was going to be rough. So I knew it was going to be dangerous, So I hit the yard and there was a dude, he was telling me that he was going to do this and that. And you know what I'm saying, but I don't know, you know what I'm saying, I know he don't have access to no weapons or nothing, so he can't really do anything right now. So, you know what I mean, when we get out on that yard, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna be watching for him. But so as I get classified and go through the processes, you know what I mean, the staff is already tripping because, oh yeah, he's a Crip, he's gonna be problems, and they understand, they know. So I get moved out to the outer buildings, and this is a little more freedom. So now we get to come to yard, and you know what I mean. We still haven't been classified, so you still have some people who are minimum security might be level 1, like me. I was going to level 1 to a fire camp. Then there's other people, you know what I'm saying, who are level 4, maximum security, you know what I'm saying, life sentence, and they're on the yard with me. You know what I mean? My homeboy, he was in the same building. He had a life sentence. That's the way you get classified. So as, you know what I'm saying, as the process goes on, you know what I'm saying, when we come out to the yard, you know what I'm saying, word done got around, and now it's the issue. And the homies already told me, you know what I'm saying, cuz look, as long as, you know what I'm saying, if the white boys got a problem, it's one-on-one, you gonna handle it. Other than that, you ain't got to worry about nothing. You know what I mean? Because they ain't fixing to do shit. And so, you know what I'm saying, the homeboy, he knew, he did time with the shot caller who was white boy. So he went and hollered at him, like, hey man, look, man, you got a problem with my homeboy, line him up one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? Line him up. Let's go. You know what I mean? Other than that, you can't fuck with him. You know what I mean? He with us. But we ain't turning down no fades. We ain't turning down nothing. One-on-one. Let's go. Man, I've been fighting all my life. You know what I mean? So this ain't nothing to me. They set it up. The dude is in my building so that we're going to fight under the stairs in C-section after someone else starts a little, you know what I'm saying, a disturbance on the other side, a distraction, right? So we had, you know what I'm saying, all the inmates, you know what I'm saying, the whites, you know what I'm saying, are going to start a distraction, you know what I'm saying, on the other side so that me and the dude can go up under the stairs and get down. So we go up under the stairs and get down, and I'm, saying, it was kind of, raggedy because the dude pulled my shirt up over my head like some hockey shit. He got an uppercut in, he busted my lip. Can't nobody see it because I'm swallowing it. You can't show no weaknesses. But I came up out of that. I got hit, but I didn't stop fighting. I fought through it, and the dude ends up falling. And I hit him. It wasn't like, I knocked him out or nothing, but he, stumbled and fell. So when he stumbled and fell, that's it, stop, and get back up. So, he went to get back up, and I'm like, okay, ready. And then they was like, nah, that's it, right? So the white dude, he's busted up a little bit, he was leaking. So the homie's like, you all right? Like, yeah, I'm all right. So I'm over here, on the black side, with the homies on the table. Police don't see what happened. It goes down. Police didn't notice nothing. There wasn't a big, long thing. So next, okay, that's over with. Now what? Now the police see a bunch of grouping up and they start tripping, so they lock everybody down. Now somebody done told and, the whole story. So now the sergeant, he didn't like me. He was a white racist dude, and he was tripping. And there was a black lieutenant woman, and she was the one who said it was okay for me to, she asked me, she called me into the office. She was like, you gonna have a problem on the yard? You wanna, and I'm like, yeah, I understand. I know the situation, I look, put me on the yard. I'll deal with it. She's like, okay, put him on the yard. So they put me on the yard. Then the fight happens. Okay, we don't say that we didn't get caught, but they told on us. So now we get caught. So now they catch us. They find little scratches or whatever. Okay, what happened? Put him back in 16 building. 16 building is like no nothing status. You walk the child and you walk back. That's it. That's all. You and yourself. It's just horrible, because you have nothing over there. So I didn't want to be over there. I want to be out where I can hang out with the homies, go to the yard, go to the canteen, possibly, something. And so now I'm back in 16, but the lieutenant the next day comes on again and she finds out what happened. And she's like, hold up. I left the report for him to be on the yard. Who took him off the yard? The sergeant. Bring his ass out. So they tell me, pack up, go back to your building. So I get out of 16 building, I go back to the general pop, the yard where I can go to the yard. I think we was in 17 building. And it was a couple of my homeboys. So we go back into the building, and then this time it was everybody, when we come into the 17 building, everybody got their doors open. You know what I mean? And we walk in, and the white boy shot caller, the homeboy and the lieutenant walk up, to my cell, and then she tell him set the bag down. He set the bag down in front of my door. He walked away, she walked over, he picked that up. He goes, I go up in the cell, and the tower, the PA system says, he's back and he's here to stay. Whoo, I got juice. I'm thinking I'm in. Yeah, nah. So, this really happened, right? So then they tell everybody, okay, lock it up, lock everybody up, and go back to, normal program later that day. So the next day, it's early in the morning, alarm goes off in the kitchen. We in the cells. We don't know what's going on. We hear an alarm, but we in the cells. We don't know where it's at. It's out there somewhere, and there's a whole lot out there. Word gets back because later that day, they come and tell me, pack your shit up. You going back to 16. What the yeah, that's how I felt. So it was rough, but so because of the situation, now here's what happened. In the chow hall, they got workers, and the workers came in early to get chow and breakfast ready for the prison. So they're in there working, and somebody, ran their mouth. I guess it was a white dude talking about an N-word lover. And, there was a brother there. This dude, he didn't gangbang or nothing, but he was a brother, and he heard this white boy saying the N-word. No questions asked. Here you go. And blasted the dude like 16 times, stabbed him like 16 times. We're in the cells. We don't know nothing. I ain't had nothing to do with this. But I bet you he was talking about me when he said the N-word. And thinking that was okay, I guess he found out, you know what I'm saying, that it wasn't. Anyway, you know what I'm saying, long story short, we're on lockdown. Everybody, you know what I'm saying, is wondering why Chow was late and everything. Then guess what? Roll your shit up. You going back to 16 building. After this, it was over with. I had to stay in 16 building. They explained, you know what I'm saying, I had to stay in 16 until I transfer out of this prison. So I'm going to level 1. They're sending me to Jamestown. I'm endorsed. So I'm just waiting for a bus ride to take me out of here. Where do I have to wait? Over there. Anyway, so I was hot. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Anyway, so I sat in the 16 building, you know what I mean? And I made it work for me, you know what I mean? Because if you think about it, most people don't know, when you go to prison, you're in county jail. The only money that you can actually take with you are stamps and stamped envelopes. So the prison accepts the stamped envelopes from county jail. So this is raw currency for us in jail. And now when you come to prison, bring as many stamps as you can. So people come with stamps so that they can buy cigarettes. I just happen to have access, got the homies out there, you know what I'm saying, sending me tobacco. I'm selling the tobacco for stamps, giving them some stamps to give me some more tobacco, and then selling the, So by the time I left, I got a lot of money, but it's in stamp form. And people that don't understand, you know what I'm saying, money is money. However you get it, you know what I mean, you need to be able to pay for something if you want something. If not, it's going to be consequences. And sometimes those consequences is ugly. I've always been a hustler, so I'm going to get whatever I need. And this was my first experience, in prison. And I'm scared, but you know what I'm saying, what I'm supposed to do? Quit, give up, go home? I don't want to play anymore. I'll be good. Nah, I got to don't do the crime if you can't do the time. So basically, I got time to do, and this is my first offense. I was sentenced to 4 years with half time. So it shouldn't be long for me to get out. So here's where the Chronicles begin. This is the beginning of the Snow Chronicles.